Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. So, we have another snowstorm on the way, although it really doesn't look like that bad of a storm for the tri-state region this time. Maybe more so for the Boston region. I'm not going to spend too long here. I'm just going to show you a couple of things, and then we'll talk about some snow totals after. But first, we are looking at some watches and warnings and advisories. So, in the blue here, this is all winter weather advisory in that pink or dark pink color, I should say. That is Suffolk County, Connecticut, going even out into the Boston area. That's a winter storm warning. And now throughout the region, there's not really too much difference with that winter weather advisory. So if I go a bit more north, winter weather advisory pretty much throughout all of eastern New York State all the way up through Canada, and really just has this weather outlook, and that's pretty much it. Now heading back south, Pennsylvania, not really anything there. Heading east, Jersey, kind of has a split there. If you have a diagonal, the northern part of the state's in that winter weather advisory, southern part of the state's just nothing. That's pretty much because it's going to be too warm in the southern part of New Jersey. That's going to be mostly rain, or if anything, just a little coating, and that's about it. Then going a bit more east here, Boston. This area, all winter storm warning, blizzard warning. There's a blizzard warning out here just because there's a lot of winds that are going to be associated with this. Pretty much everywhere throughout the tri-state. So this is something that's going to be very impactful for the Boston area just because we have blizzard-like conditions that also show strong winds and heavy snow that cause visibility to drop, which visibility, duration, and wind are the three factors for a blizzard. Has nothing to do with the amount of snow that actually fell. And you can see these winter weather advisories go very far north there. And even the winter storm warning, going into northern Vermont. I think that's Vermont, I can't really see. Oh, there's the New York border. I think that's it, yeah. So, we do have some winter weather to come. Now, I want to take you to the national radar. And the system's pretty much formed. The two parts I was talking about on television yesterday and on the YouTube channel, they've come together, and now it's starting to make, it slowed down a little bit it looks like, but it's starting to make an approach out into the Atlantic. And this is North Carolina right here, so as this starts to make its way out of the Carolinas, it's going to make that northward turn, and that's going to be the big question mark as to where exactly it is. So on the GFS, this one has been consistent actually between a couple of runs today and yesterday. Again, it's showing, this is why there's a blizzard warning here. Those isobars very tight, very windy. Even throughout almost all of New York, except when you get near the Finger Lakes, still windy conditions. So maybe still 20, 30 mile per hour winds. But here, sustained 35, that is what prompts the blizzard warning. Going up to maybe 50 or 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And that dark blue, that's very, very heavy rain, and snow next to that very, very heavy rain. So that could be transitioning from heavy rain to heavy snow very quickly. That's the GFS. Start time, it looks like, for the Hudson Valley and parts of New York, it looks like it's starting at about 7 p.m. tonight. And I don't know why this is not working. There we go. Ending, looks like overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. That's the GFS, Euro. Now this is also showing, and model consistency is something very important, and it's starting to get a little bit better. That blue line, that's that 540 line, which can be kind of thought of as the freezing line, even though it's not exactly the freezing line. But hitting that Boston area, yeah, that's a lot of rain or snow, depending on exactly the temperature. But in this picture, it does look like snow. So that's a lot of snow coming through. And then this is ending pretty much overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. Still lingering a little bit into Wednesday with, I'd say, some flurries and snow showers. Even going into Thursday morning. Now the Canadian, I'd say still my least favorite model. Start time, probably it's not as fine. But I'd say, yeah, maybe around 7 tonight. This is also a little bit warmer, and the Canadian has been trending a bit warmer here. So it may start off New York City and south as rain. Then it starts transitioning to snow. And now this is warmer, so this is showing Boston getting quite a bit of rain and wind. Not cold enough yet, but this is the Canadian, which is not one of my favorite forecast models. And then this is ending pretty much overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. Icon model. Start time, probably about 8 to 11 tonight. This is showing, and it's also a bit mixing going on right there around the Boston area. Again, though, heavy snow. That's why there's a blizzard warning there. This is such a massive storm, too, out in the Atlantic. And then end time, again, overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday morning. The NAM I'll show you next here. Start time. Again, probably about that 8 to 10 for the Hudson Valley. And maybe a little bit of rain starting down around Cape May there. The heaviest, though, on all these looks like it's going to be the morning commute tomorrow. And right there, those really dark blues, that's as dark as it goes right there. That's why there's the blizzard warning, and also with those isobars. So looks like we do have quite a bit of wind and snow to deal with out in Boston area. Once you get more west, though, Nassau County and west, not as much snow, but that's why there's still a winter storm warning for Suffolk County and Long Island. And now the end time. Again, the overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday morning. And the very last one, and we'll wrap up the video. The RPM model. This one's a little bit different compared to the others because it's kind of split still, the system. But this time, looks to be about 11. Then it starts blooming, I'd call it. Winds are still pretty strong there. Sustained, 15 knots, getting out over the island. 10, 20, 25 knots, 35 knots. So that's what it shows here, knots. And between those low speeds, I'd say less than 50 miles per hour, knots and miles per hour are very similar. The heaviest, again, was around that Boston area. That's why there's still that blizzard warning. And look at these lines here. So each long line is 10. So we got 10, 20, 30, 45 sustained knots, which is 45-ish miles per hour. That's why there's a blizzard warning there. And then it ends. Oop, that was the end of the forecast model. I guess this one didn't go out as far, but looks like it's ending again overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So overall, I wanted to keep this around 10 minutes, and that was about it. So we do have, again, a winter storm on the way. This is something that's not going to be as strong as that last one, but again, we could still see some power outages just because it's still going to be windy. Once you get west of New York City, maybe 20, 25 miles per hour, gusting up to 30 or 35 at times, but not as strong as the last. Although the winds or the temperature is going to be right around that freezing point again. So this is going to be another wet snow. And I'm thinking the roads are really not going to be dry initially. And then once we get to those peaks of the snowfall rates around that 6 to 8 in the morning, Tuesday, which is the commute time, that's when they could be snowing hard enough that it does accumulate on the roads, but it'll quickly melt just because when I looked at the thermal imager before, the roads are pretty much all 35 degrees and over. So that's something to consider in there. And a lot of the roads are being treated now with that little brine mix that's going around, maybe some salt being thrown. So yeah, we do look like we have another storm on the way. So if you want to get more weather updates, hit that subscribe button below and the little bell icon right next to that so you get notified whenever I upload a video or I go live. So again, check back on the channel for more weather updates, and I'll try and go to live tomorrow maybe, or on Wednesday I'll definitely try and go live, but if I don't go live tomorrow, I'll just definitely upload a video about the storm itself while that storm's going on. Again, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Have a great rest of your day and stay safe throughout this next storm coming up tomorrow.